Good evening, everyone. I believe we are ready to get the evening started. Thank you. We are proud to be part of the California Alarm Association and welcome you to the 2018 CAA Tribute Dinner, where we will present the CAA George A. Weinstock Award to Mark Sepulveda. Mark, wherever you are, if you could please stand up. And on behalf of Residio, we want to thank the CAA and all the wonderful dealers in this state for your support, for everything that you do for us. I got to tell you, most of you that know me, I started in this industry in 1985 when I was living in San Jose, California, many years before I moved to Louisville. And as I look around the room, there's a lot of you that I've known for, gosh, almost all of those years. And I look to my left over here, and I look at Tim Westfall. The Westfall family, I started calling on them, I think the first month I was in the business in 1985. I look at Mike Mattson. He wasn't far behind. And I can't say enough good things about what this state has meant to me in my career. And I know I'm supposed to be up here talking about Residio, but I couldn't help but take the time to say thank you for everything that you've done for me in my career. So obviously, we are in this beautiful room, and we are in the Venetian room at the iconic Fairmont Hotel. In December of 1961, 57 years ago to the day, I believe, Tony Bennett sang "I Left My Heart in San Francisco" for the very first time on this very stage. So I would like all of you to join me in singing this great ballad. Sans microphone. We're behind schedule. Where are we? Can we start it again? I was so looking forward to doing this. Can you give us a second shot at this? Come on. We got to get everybody singing. My apologies.
In your program tonight, the very first page, open, there's the words. Details, details.
Okay, where's Tony Bennett when we need him? Come on, it's like
Thank God he builds a great control panel, because I don't know if he'd make it singing.
Wow. Well, next time I better practice a little bit more. So now we would like to give the invocation. Marty, you could join us here on stage.
Thank
The
you,
Reverend
Keith.
Marty Martin.
Thank you very much, Keith. And thank you for that beautiful song. We are all so excited to hear that. Well, good evening and welcome. With a spirit of gratitude, let's just invite the presence of God into our time tonight. Let's pray. Father, we thank you for your love for each of us. You've been so generous through this industry, and we're deeply grateful that you've allowed us to experience the abundance that we do, and for that we thank you. God, we ask that you would bless Mark, who's being honored tonight, for his treasure, his time, and his talent that he's donated to this association and into this industry. We all stand unified in heart, and Lord, it's people like this that make all of us look good. Bless those who couldn't be here with us tonight, who are suffering in their bodies. Would you bring healing and comfort to them? George Gunning, Rudy Alva, Ron Spiller, whom we all admire. God, synchronize our hearts in purpose that we might accomplish great things together in the future. Bless our food, our time, and our conversation. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right, I'm Matt Kruger. I'm the Associate Chair for the association, and wanted to add a welcome to each of you attending this celebrity or celebratory evening. We are celebrities, and Mark is our main celebrity here. We appreciate the support of all the vendors and all the dealers that are here. It's very important to the association to be here, show your support, both financially and physically, because without the dealers being here, the vendors won't be here either. So continue to come. It's important. All right. At this time, I want to recognize our tribute sponsor and ask Chuck, our Vice Presidents, Mike Mattson and Tim Westfall, to join me on stage over here. So, boom. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the sponsors, and if we could hold the applause until all from each category are called. If a representative from each of the vendors that have sponsored could please come up and grab your award, and we'd like to thank you here now on stage. We're going to start with our bronze sponsors. These are sponsors that sponsored $3,000. It's a very nice sum of money, and we'll start with Annixter, Bosch Security, CAFA, Glassa, Honeywell Fire. Y'all can come up.
but take your time.
Yeah, take your sweet time. Honeywell International. Hey, there we go, Mike. All right, Dave, thank you. We did. We got Honeywell International. NABCO. Obtex. Qualsys, Reitman Consulting Group, Security America, Uniview, Valley Alarm, Mitchell, Seaberg, and Nupp. Let's thank our bronze sponsors. Excellent. All right, moving on to our silver sponsors. These are vendors that donated $5,000. We have ADI, AutoCall, DMP, DSC, Interlogics, Johnson Controls, NMC, Nortec, Rapid Response, USA Alarm Systems, and the WBFAA. Let's all give our silver sponsors a round of applause. Thank you. All right, now our gold sponsors who really stepped up and they donated $7,500. We have Alarm.com, Ultronics, Digital Watchdog. It's a great group of sponsors at $7,500. Let's give them all thanks. A nice round of applause. Moving along, we got our platinum sponsors, and we're going to appreciate each one of them as they're announced, all right? So we have Bay Alarm. These are $10,000 sponsors. That's a pretty good chunk of change at $10,000 each. So, all right, we got the Mid-Cal Alarm Association. And one of our great partners, ISC. Thank you. Now we have a new category this year of Platinum Plus. It was a $15,000 donor, and it's Johnson Controls. Hugs and kisses, right?
Thank you so much for making this happen, man.
And we have a Tyco $5,000 integrated that I forgot to mention. Derek. And now we've got our big $25,000 sponsor. We have this company, this new one. It's called Residio. If you haven't heard of it, we donated $25,000. Thank you very much.
They offered to give me the $25,000 back if I wouldn't sing, and I said, nah, keep the money.
Well, thank God you're not going to try again.
And I'd like to bring up Chuck, Patricia.
Thank you, Matt. I'm excited to report this year that we set a record in our tribute fundraising efforts, and I want to thank each of these companies for making this possible. The California Alarm Association and the Board of Directors, leadership, and our members have a positive impact on the marketplace in which we all conduct our business. And with your help, we'll continue to represent the Electronic Security Association in the great state of California. Thanks again. More program to come. Enjoy your dinner.
Real quick, before you sit down, Chuck, on behalf of the board, we'd like to recognize Chuck for his incredible job as president of the association for the last couple of years. Can the board members stand up? Because this is a gift of recognition from the board. Thanks, Dave. So Chuck is an incredible, humble guy, but he's an incredible leader. He's got a way of getting buy-in and agreement on things and cutting through the red tape. And he's been great to work with. He's really gotten a lot done. And the board.
Very, very special to us, Chuck. You have taken this to the top. I mean, it's been a really tough 2 years, but you've brought it up to the next level. Tim gets to inherit a great organization, but it's a lot of it to do with you. And thank you very much, Chuck.
Thank you.
So, Chuck is an avid outdoorsman, and this gift represents his thirst for the outdoors, as well as his thirst for knowledge, his vision of the future, and his ability to slash costs and expenses, and cut red tape. But it's some outdoorsman things that we think he'll enjoy. So
we have a knife, we have all kinds of stuff, and some binoculars, some vision stuff, and it's all good, Chuck. Thank you so much.
You know, Dad taught me, surround yourself with great people, learn to listen, and watch what happens. And that's what we've done here at the CAA. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve the association. I can honestly say we've got it in great hands moving forward. Thank you all very much. Wow, what an evening. How we doing, Michelle? You hear me? You're beautiful. Thank you. All right, everyone. Let's get this show on the road. What a beautiful evening. What a beautiful room, right? Woo! Thank you so much to the staff of the hotel and from the cooks to the maitre d's to the servers. Hey, you'll be happy to know we've got this booked for 3 additional years right here at the Fairmont, same room rate, right? Woo! Jerry's not giving me the nod, but I'm going to go ahead anyway. Thank you so much for everyone for coming. The highest award the California Alarm Association gives is that of the George A. Weinstock Award for Lifetime Achievement and Service to the Alarm Industry. The recipient tonight, for more than 30 years, has provided volunteer leadership to our association at the local and the state level, just most recently at a great golf tournament. You can see from the tribute book and the PowerPoint display the breadth and depth of his contribution to his community, his business, his family, and our alarm industry. He represents a legacy of service in all aspects of his life, but especially to our industry. Please join me tonight in welcoming my recipient, Mark Sepulveda of USA Alarm Systems, to the stage. Come on down, Mark. Woo! Have your seat right over here, buddy. Just take a little, park it right here, Mark. There we go. You got a little bit to go there, buddy. At this time, I would like to invite Charles Swagger. Charles is the trusted CPA for the CAA, and he's going to tell us a little bit about how Mark works in a family business, which expanded when they merged with Hamilton Security. At this time, I want to welcome Charles Swagger to the stage to say a few words for our recipient, Mark. Welcome, Charles.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2018 Tribute Dinner as we honor my dear friend, Mark Sepulveda. I was not scheduled to be the first speaker of the evening. That was to be Bill Collins, who has worked closely with Mark at the local level with GLASA, the Greater Los Angeles Security Alarm Association. Bill was unable to travel per doctor's instructions, but he asked me to express his congratulations to you on your recognition. He also shared with me how the two of you met. He put it at 30 years ago that he sold a job that involved installing a fire system, which he had no idea how to install. So he grabbed the yellow pages, remember those? And he called the first company that was listed. That led to an introduction to Mark Sepulveda and George Gunning, and here we are 30 years later, so congratulations from Bill Collins. For myself, I'm humbled to be asked by Mark to be among the group assembled on the stage, asked to share some thoughts about tonight's honoree. I thought about some of the adjectives that describe Mark and his character. Genuine, supportive, dedicated, hardworking, and friendly were among the first ones that came to mind. Mark and I have worked in the association environment for as long as I can remember, when we were much younger, and one of us had no gray hair. Then along came Frank Burke, and all of that changed. I always enjoyed that interaction with him, and it was clear that Mark was dedicated to the industry in whatever role he played for the CAA and for GLASA, even assisting Les Gold and I with election line enforcement back in the day as the CAA Sergeant of Arms. The GLASA Golf Classic started in 2007. The 12th event just concluded less than 2 months ago. The generous sponsors of this event over the years have been instrumental in growing the CAA Youth Scholarship Program into what it is today, allowing each of the local associations to provide awards to deserving young people. But there are only a couple of individuals who have been involved every year with putting on the event, and Mark is one of those. Since that event began, my respect and affection for Mark has increased exponentially as we worked with the core group over the many years. Mark has always been a key contributor to that event, and anyone in this room who has attended the tournament has encountered the smiling face and enthusiastic greeting that comes from Mark the day of the event. Whether he's taking pictures with the ever-present camera, assisting with registration, selling mulligan packages, Mark does whatever is needed and whatever he's asked to do, always with full enthusiasm. And for so many years, he was involved behind the scenes in the months leading up to the event, doing the work that so few realize is critical to success of events like that, and that those who roll up their sleeves truly appreciate. For all my years at the helm and during the last few years when Bill Collins took over the primary role, Mark was there for us. I so enjoyed that time together, and as a result of that and of years of doing association work, a true friendship developed. A friendship that I treasure. Over the years, we've cried together, we've laughed together, and tonight we celebrate together. At one of our early tournaments, GLASA honored you, Mark, with the President's Choice Award for your dedication and hard work. And today you are a truly deserving recipient of recognition for a lifetime of commitment and achievement. Welcome to the group of recipients of this prestigious award. Nancy and I are so happy for you, Joni, and your entire family. Congratulations, my friend. Mark works in a family business which expanded when they merged with Hamilton Security. Please welcome CAA past president and another George A. Weinstock Award recipient, my friend Frank Burke.
Yo, mama. You know, I've asked one time before, is Bob Jennison in the audience? And he said, yes. I'm going, damn. Mark, tonight's your night. And I'm going to be the lightweight up here, and I'm going to talk to you about these people out here in the audience that come to see you. And I just want to bring it to your attention that there's a lot of industry leaders out here, Mark, and they've worked hard in their business, but it takes people like yourself that has done, in the background, has done a lot of work for us. I've been with you we've been working together for 20 years now, and I really, quite honestly, didn't know half the crap he said, and I just wonder where it came from. Your dad? Well, that light is bright, isn't it? You know, Mark, individuals like yourself who have contributed their personal valuable time to keep this industry going, moving forward. Your time, Mark, makes a difference for everyone who works in our industry. And without people doing this work, we wouldn't be sitting here tonight. You never know if you're going to be absorbed by someone else or if you're going to be in some industry where you really don't appreciate what we do, okay? So I just want to tell you one thing, and I'm going to get out of here because I don't have a whole lot to talk about you because I tried to find some dirt on you, and I don't have that available to me. But Mark, I want you to remember one thing, who this award is founded by, and that's George Weinstock. And Mark, I want you to remember one thing, okay, that he's a duck farmer, okay? I'm going to say it, okay? Just remember, I learned this when I was on the board, and out of this back voice would come out, he would say, remember, if it looks like a duck, if it walks like a duck is a duck is a duck. And that's his favorite saying. And Linda, you actually verified that to me one day, all right? So Mark, congratulations. I have no more. They got some other people that are going to really, hopefully, dig into your past. And Mark, congratulations, okay? All right, buddy.
Will you help up this chair, sir?
No. I hope we never hear that music again we heard at the start of the show. Whoa, mama. It gives me great pleasure to introduce my son, Ryan, who will talk about Mark, and we'll go from there.
These guys are telling lies, Mark, so I'm going to tell the truth. So, what a great evening. Thank you, guys. It's been 20 years since ABCO and Hamilton merged to form our family business, USA Alarm Systems. How time flies. I inherited another family with this transition. I'm still trying to figure out if George is a good inheritance or not, but he knows I love him. I also inherited two brothers, Sean and Mark, Mark being the older brother that I never had. Unfortunately, I inherited miser Mark, and Mark's life motto is, you never know when you might need this. So Sean and I, you know, we pretty much stay back and are involved in this alarm association stuff as much as the rest of our family is, but we've learned to appreciate these events because it's given us time to clean out the stockroom. And Although Sean wishes he could have been here tonight, don't worry, Mark. The stockroom's getting gutted right now. I mean, the joke is if anybody needs any window foil or mat pads, we got them. So, so if I would have told Mark this earlier today, I guarantee he would not be here. He'd be in a panic of what's going on in the stockroom. So, you know I love you. As I said, Sean's not able to be here because of family issues, and obviously George isn't here as well, but Sean wanted me to say a few things to you. So back in the late 70s and early 80s, when you started ABCO, you had a younger brother in Sean that was around 12 years old, and he's trying to figure out if you knew anything about the child labor laws back then. You worked him every day during the summer, 12 hours a day, for $20 a day. He was hoping to come up here and talk to Les about that, you know, from years ago. So, the one funny thing he mentioned to me just the other day, since he couldn't be here, he said he appreciated that you taught him how to heat up lunch every day by using the engine compartment to heat up his lunch and then be able to eat it on the way to work or at work. So, hence the term Miser Mark. And anyways, buddy, congratulations on this day. You deserve it. Thank you. Now coming up, yeah, it's a Burke thing, I guess. We forget our instructions. Jerry Lenander.
Mark was walking up the pathway to USA Alarm Systems. He looked down in the pathway and there was a snail. He reached down, grabbed the snail, threw it off into the garden. 6 months later, knock at the door. He opens the door, he doesn't see anybody. Looks down on the doormat, and there's the snail. Snail looks up at him and says, "Hey, aren't you that guy getting the George A. Weinstock Award?" Wait, I get 3 minutes. I know that because I've been saying it for 18 years. So I know we had a couple missing speakers and they each had 3 minutes. And I thought we would just give them their 3 minutes, empty podium. We're trying to keep a schedule now, but I know even if they're not here and we gave them that 3 minutes at the podium, they'd still probably go 7 minutes. So we're going to move on. As a staff member to a alarm association, I rarely get to speak. And I never get to speak this slowly. But Will First was president of CSAA, and he asked me to speak at their program in Rome some years ago, which was very exciting. And he asked if I could speak on anything, and I said, well, yeah, 1 hour. I do executive directors on the verge of a nervous breakdown. And he said, well, what do you need? And I said, well, I need a chair, an ashtray, and a drink. There we go. So, there you go. There you go. So, thank you. Mark. He's here. I know. get there. So, Mark, I always thought there'd come a day when I'd tell you exactly what I thought of you. I thought it would be after I won the Super Lotto, but here we are. It's a big night. I know your dad would want to be here. And earlier, your dad won this award, I think 13 years ago. Tonight we made an effort to sing a song as a group. It didn't work, but it wasn't the first song. So when George Gunning got the award, we came up, he's from New York, so we wrote a song for him on the melody of New York, New York. And starts spreading the news. He's coming your way. He wants to be a part of it. Everybody. CAA. So, hey. I said, you guys behave, or I'm going to put you on a permanent committee with Charles Schwager and Shane Claring. So George hired me in '97, and he would call the office a lot. He has his distinctive voice. He would speak, and I would say, he'd say, hello. And I would say, hi, George. And he would say, how'd you know it was me? Says technology, caller ID. Some time would go by and get staff in the office. They would always answer the phone, not me. And then one day I picked up the phone and said hello. And I hear, Jerry, why'd you answer the phone? I said, well, my caller ID failed. So. One page down. But there's other Georges here in our industry, in your association. George Weinstock, George DeMarco. This organization has grown. When we started in '97, there were 85 people at this event, and now we had over 400 come through, and a couple hundred here tonight for dinner. So it's grown so big, I really have lost the ability to know everyone's name. So we've had good luck with George, so from this point forward, you're all George to me. That
works for me.
Yeah, well. Well, the good part is I'm not able to read my own writing. Well, last thing, second to last thing. We all need mentors. Merlin Gilboa is here. We have committee meetings about mentors. Kathy Rempel, she liked mentors. We have programs for mentors. We need mentors for your personal growth, your company. And I look around this room. I look around this room, and we're surrounded by mentors. So if you need a mentor, just throw a rock. You'll hit a mentor. Do me a favor, throw it hard. No, I'm kidding about that. So there's much to say, Mark, but it would be like preaching to the choir. This is the choir out here. For your company, for the industry, and for the CAA. And tonight, I honor all of you, and I honor your lead singer, Mark Sepulveda. Thank you very much. All right? You're welcome. Now, 3 minutes on the nose. So, it's my duty honor and pleasure duty to introduce our final speaker, the man who once at one of these dinners took 11 minutes to talk about how hard it was to say anything in 4 minutes. George DeMarco. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. If anybody ever wants to figure out why they need to belong to an association, this is why. Is this amazing? Is everybody having fun tonight? So thank you, Jerry, for that nice info, and he's kind of funny, isn't he? Love it. I'm especially honored considering Jerry actually... Jerry actually feels that most speakers don't need an introduction. They just need a conclusion. So I'm going to try and keep my remarks brief. So each of us here tonight has a part to do. My part is to talk, and yours is to listen. My challenge is to finish before you finish your part. First off, congratulations, Mark, for achieving the highest honor bestowed upon a member of the California Alarm Association. You are an excellent choice for this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. It's a privilege to have you join the men and women that shape the industry in California and beyond. Thank you. I'd like to thank George Weinstock for setting the standard that we live by for this association. Thank you, George. When I was talking to Mark about what it meant, this award meant to him, he stated, well, there's always room for one more at the table, if you remember that. And the focus should always be for the good of all. He then proceeded to talk about everyone else's contribution other than his own. He mentioned Jerry Lenander, George Weinstock, Bob and Dave Michaels, George Gunning, Frank Ryan, the Westfalls. The list, it kept going on and on. I put the phone down, he kept going on and on and on. Full disclosure, though, he didn't mention anything about Rick Gumbar, Kirk McDowell, or even Fred Mellenbrook. We're not going to get candy bars tonight. Anyway, it was a classic case of deflection. That is so Mark. Humble, quiet, the voice of reason. He listens thoughtfully during associations meeting and conference calls and when meeting with law enforcement. You can always tell he has a vast knowledge of the industry's inner workings and the CAA, quietly giving valuable and consistent input for the good of all. And he definitely isn't argumentative, overly opinionated, or prone to growling. We all know who that is. No, Mark is always cool and calm under pressure. Perhaps there was a major guiding force as a youth that you were mentored by and nurtured these fine attributes. Wait a second, who raised you? Okay. I know most of you are thinking George and Mark, both Weinstock recipients, family, yet polar opposites. In fact, the CAA might want to consider cashing in on a reality show, The Real Fathers of California. Although Mark did not get George's other interesting characteristics, George did pass on his incredible work ethic. As most of you know, Mark is a father as well, although his parenting skills would not make good fodder for the reality show. According to his beautiful wife, Joni, Mark does a great job juggling work and family. He finds time for boating, cooking, muscle cars, photography, his kids, his dog, and his wife. and not usually in that order, by the way. Speaking of Joni, did you know that she and Mark have been married for 27 years? Considering Mark's competitiveness and the fact that he's a perfectionist, I think Joni deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award. Jonies, please stand up. USA Alarms has an excellent pedigree of industry leaders who have committed their time, treasure, and energy for the good of all. Mark, tonight it's about you. You are remarkable. Thank you for your devotion and contributions to the California Alarm Association, where your influence and dedication focuses on for the good of all. God bless you and your family.
Wow. Congratulations, Mark. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Weinstock and all the past recipients of the CAA George Weinstock Award to come forward for the presentation. As you can see as they walk up on the stage, the California Alarm Association has a legacy of service for men and women who have made a lifelong commitment to the industry and our association. Come on up, guys. Harvey Eisenstadt, could I call you this to the podium, please? You, yep, that's you. There we go.
Well, I don't know, that's a pretty tough act to follow. These guys are great, aren't they? Well, I've known Mark and George and the family for many years, but it really gives me great pleasure today to be able to honor Mark in a way that's so well deserving. So whether you like it or not, here it comes. As we travel the paths of glory, we meet new faces every day. Some of these have worked so hard to find a better way. One such face along that road is our honoree tonight. Dedication and perseverance are the foundation of his might. A native of Southern Cal so proudly takes the time to boast. As you will learn, his recognition will certainly earn a toast. Devotion and excellence to work ethics began when just 13. Earning a buck and learning economics was his education as a teen. He progressed and found his career, not yet a high school grad. His achievements and success that followed, a tribute to his dad. As the industry grew, so did he. For 6 years as the leader of our team, success and growth and prosper, he was surely living the dream. His accomplishments began the moment he opened that door, and he lives by the motto, there is always room for one more. On a beautiful day in '91, he met the love of his life. Joan Stevens entered the scene, and she was soon to become his wife. It did take 11 years of courtship before they tied the knot. As they celebrate those wonderful years, no days will be forgot. A husband, a father, a grandfather, a family to which he is devoted, hiking and camping with family, a lifestyle he has promoted. Tonight we honor Mark Sepulveda for all that he has done, knowing that he will persevere till every challenge is won. God bless you, Mark.
Thank you so much, Harvey. That was awesome, as always. Mark, please stand up here if you would on my right, next to George. Mark, it is my distinct pleasure to honor you and your good work. Read from the award, in recognition of your lifetime of achievement and service to the association and our industry, with appreciation and gratitude from the members and the board of directors, I am pleased to present the CAA George Weinstock Achievement for Lifetime Achievement and Service to the Industry. Congratulations, Mark. Congratulations, you're up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Jerry's not behind me, so I made a promise to make it short and sweet. It's not going to happen. Actually, thank you all very much for being here. I truly humbled, honored, and love you all. For all the people I don't know, I want to get to know you. For all the people I do know, obviously, I love them all. Anywhere you go in this industry, near and far, everyone here, pick up the phone, you need the question answered, you need a problem solved, they're always there. So I thank the association, my family, I thank God for being here, friends, peers, everyone. However, with a parting word, I have to let out a secret. You may not know, some may do. There's two brothers. They both come from New York. Very strong-willed gentlemen, George Gunning and Bart Ditton. They want to form an alarm association company to be part of this. So they just can't decide on a name. So you wonder why you have USA Alarm Systems on the West Coast from George Gunning, came to California. Bart Ditton, stuck in New York. He kept his company name, not USA Alarm Systems, but USA Central Station Alarm Company. The secret's out. I finally got it off my chest. Bart, I had to say it. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate this. I'm very honored, very humbled. Thank you all.
Nice job. Does it mean we can leave now?
Aside from the fact we have one in his house, that's why you have
All right, Judge?
Thank you so much for coming tonight. Congratulations again, Mark. Mark doesn't do it alone. Beautiful family. Thank you all for coming and for a great evening. This concludes our presentation, our evening tonight. Look forward to seeing everyone, or those of you that will be there at 8:45 tomorrow morning in the Penthouse for breakfast. Thank you all for a wonderful evening.